pull up. Let me tell you, Sha, KK, it was a blast. That show. DISDAT.
Hi guys, welcome to this exciting episode. This is the DISDAT. Sawa to all the new viewers, welcome to the show and welcome back to all the OGs. I hope you guys are ready, so please take a second and subscribe to the channel. Here we have the gang ready to bring you some good exciting entertainment. I will be here, Candy K, in the building, and I have this beautiful, gorgeous, fantabulous what girl. Hey guys,
Thank you. My name is Charlene and I'm so happy, so glad to be back. And of course we have the one, the only.
The ghost should not be whispering, you know.
No, he should be whispering.
No, he's supposed to be like, you see the voice that is like threatening you.
You see, it also depends where you are from.
What you're saying.
Listen.
That's what we're saying.
It also depends where you're from. You know, ghosts from some region, they whisper.
Who is taking offense of this?
Nobody's taking offense, but I'm just saying, yeah. Some ghosts from some regions, they have
soprano.
They have soprano. If you know, you know. Yeah. But what you doing? My name is Ghost. Happy to be back. Like never left. We're coming with something new, a change of name from Boundless to DISDAT. Yes. New things, new year is ours.
So for all the people who did not hear the name of the show, this is DISDAT. The whisper is kind of giving a vibe.
It's giving.
We're looking for a jingle for the podcast. So
we could have that in there.
Yes, DISDAT. Mr. Producer, I hope you've gotten that, yeah? DISDAT.
That's how you overdo Pia. Let's take it back. Let's take it back a notch, because that's already December. Wakati wa Christmas and festivities. What will come a promise on Dakushusha Navu? Tell me, how did it go? Let's start with Ghost and then get to Charlene.
Ghost first of all promised us he would go to Crazy Kena.
Yeah.
So did you go? How was it?
Let's go back to December.
Let me take pull up. Let me tell you, Sha, KK, it was a blast. That show, though I was disappointed at the end.
Why?
Towards the end, it was so much star-studded. The creativity was lost. They were like, wacha tuwapige sasa master BM, sijui Flako, sijui nani, wote wakakuja kwa stage. I was like, I thought it was a Crazy Kena show, but either way, it was a marvelous show. And I think it is good when you tell yourself that you're going to do something and you keep the word. It feels nice. It feels like you've grown up. It gives you no longer broke vibes.
Right.
You know why I say that? Most of the times, most of the things that we say we're going to do and we don't do, it's because we do not have the money to do those things.
True.
It's not because we do not have the time. It's because we do not have the money. If you say that you're going... I'm pissing on people's resolutions, but if you say you're going to buy a car and you don't buy it
because you broke
that's very low, Ghost. Very low.
I forgot. No pun intended. Yeah, but in the larger scheme of things, if you say that you're going to start living in a bed sitter.
And the examples are very low today.
Let's have a bombastic side. Jesus Christ, we need to get out of here.
But away from that. But Crazy Kena was nice. Everybody was like, how is he gonna do the skits on the stage? There is one that he did, I think, in collaboration with Dan Ombachi. And it was really amazing because the end nobody expected it, and he was like, if you do not have sijui pants from where, sijui wine from which country, sijui what, you are done. I was like, oh my goodness, you had to insist. Yeah, so Crazy Kena was nice. I did go.
Would you say it lived up to the hype?
I would give it, to be honest, I will give it a 95%.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Where's the 5% going?
The 5% is because they sort of threw celebrities at us.
Okay.
Yeah. You remember I likened the show to the way Charlie Chaplin and Rowan Atkinson used to do their thing. That is what I expected, that I am the G. Yeah, I'm not going to work with anybody else. Not in a way ya kuonyesha you're not collaborative, but this is your time to shine. Yeah, just go all the way. I was going to use a bad example, but I've kept it to myself.
Thank you.
But we need to have a discussion, then come back with it.
Yeah, so as I was watching Crazy Kena, what were you all doing?
That question sounds so
Offensive.
Kama
Yeah?
nafanya.
Like, what are you doing with your
What were you all doing with your lives?
The people you're talking about.
Hiyo usiku wa manane mlikuwa mnafanya nini?
Me, I was doing dishes.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. Nikki watch TikTok actually.
Okay.
From people.
Oh,
What were you
the
doing?
Kena show.
Yes.
Actually, I remember that day I was getting my hair done. Hey,
Who's
those
sick?
people was. I was
Ken.
there. They are slow. They have to get it done. I ended up having a very bad hair the whole of December.
I'm sorry.
Because it was getting it was just one of those, but definitely I really followed up on the show and everything, and it was super fantastic.
Yeah, I liked it too from the snippets. I saw it on TikTok and IG. It was really nice. It was really nice.
Does my marks pass based off of what you see, or nimemchocha sana ama mnarudisha nyavu chini?
I personally feel like it was the first show we've had, and for me, I would say it was good. Actually, 95% is actually super high because it's the first time you guys are doing such a show, and you've brought just the best. Meaning, you can't have a perfection during the first time.
Yeah.
Definitely, they have few areas where they're going to go check on and improve. Actually, I was before nilikuwa naangalia niko, how is Kena going to pull the stance off? How? Because you know, in video there's editing, there's this. For Flaco's content, it's going to be harder because one person doing so many roles. But for Kena, I was really asking, will it really come out? But then again, what we saw on screen, it was super nice. Personally, I'll give it 100%.
Oh, wow.
They did so well. As 95% good, with the 5% of you can't have done everything perfect during the first time, but you guys delivered. Though, as you said, the last part where they're just throwing in celebrities, they lost content in a way.
I think it's not even content. I think they lost context.
Yeah, they missed it. But from what we saw, everything went well for me, I would say so.
But don't you think involving like big artists, Kenyan artists, is a way of showing how there is so much collaboration at the top among these people?
Actually, you've just gotten it or taken it off of my head. When he was sort of giving his vote of thanks, you could hear how literally every creator was putting in their time to make sure that it went the way it went.
Even behind the scenes, we saw that.
Yeah, even behind the scenes. It is a good thing, but also a bad thing as well. It is a good thing because it shows that there is at least collaboration. People get to come together and do amazing things. But it is a bad thing because if Crazy Kena Flaco is going to work on Mkurugenzi's show, and then Mkurugenzi and Njugusha are going to work on Crazy Kena's show, then we as the people who are getting this content, how are we going to be able to tell the difference between the different creators who are collaborating? So I think, yes, it is okay for the industry to collaborate and share ideas and all of that, but I also need to, when I go for a show, I need to understand that this is work that was done by Crazy Kena and his team, because there is a different serving that I would want from every creator. That is how I look at it.
Okay.
Not to divert, but did you guys see the Wash premiere and the Wash?
I think it was submerged by Crazy Kena's show.
Yeah, but the Terrence Creative show, when he hyped it up, it is all over social media. So later on, talking of the same, kind of diverting, but on the same topic, when someone came out in the comment section and was like, I just don't like the show. You should have called creative people kama Butita to be part of this project, then it will have ingekuwa na your edge. Then Butita on the comment section came up and said, someone commented, unasema nini na Butita was the writer of this show and everything. And he came out and spoke and said, I was involved when it started, but then again, too many cooks were here. so I just decided to bounce.
Yeah.
So don't you think this is something, there's a way when you involve the different creatives there, or the people who are actually so diverse, wanafikirianga hizi vitu vizuri and they can bring it on the table vizuri, but don't lose the originality of this particular person. Don't you think that will be super nice, rather than just saying Crazy Kenanja people do your thing, these other people do your thing? Because maybe Wash Wash would have been something else if they had just given the right people to do that job, and then ingekuwa inahitaji all that hype na ingekuwa imepata the same kind of attention.
I'm curious, have any of you watched the film?
I saw the trailer.
Yeah,
I watched the trailer, and I think obviously we can't get a hold of the film because it's behind a paywall.
Yes.
But the trailer was so magnificently done.
It was very eye-catching.
Yeah, eye-catching, a lot of that. But quick editing here and there. Definitely it will be eye-catching, but then how is the entire show flowing out? KK, I listened to what you're saying, but sooner than later they will all look the same. Look at shows that used to happen on not to throw any shade, but look at shows that used to happen on Citizen TV. Literally, they were written by the same people. Before we knew it, they sort of started looking the same. There was no difference. So the originality, I think when you look at the first, second and third episodes, they were bangers, because these are things that we had not seen in the industry, in our film or TV industry before.
What films are we talking about?
The shows that used
The likes of Mother-in-Law,
So because all of these things, they were done close to by the same people, they sort of started sounding the same, almost same words. And you see, when they pulled out, they sort of went chini ya maji because that consistency was lost. I am saying that it is okay for you to consult, but we do not need to create a monopoly. Basically, that is what I would say. Because we know what happens when we have a monopoly over an industry. You'll find that if tickets are going to be 2,000 bob, you're never going to get cheaper than that. We people who can only afford 1,000, will we be able to enjoy that content? Tutabaki tu kwa nyumba. I was going to stoop so low.
But what did you say? Doing the dishes and doing the hair. Okay.
This year, no mercy.
So when tumeanza nakwambia it's like violence. Sikuweki.
You see, listen, I am the ghost. I have to bring some sort of villainism into this. Yeah, I need to be out to catch you all. But yeah, that's what I would say.
Yeah, that's true. But then you guys, are you fans of local films and local production?
Have you seen Captain Alex?
Wow. No, I've not. Have you?
Neither have I.
Thank you.
Mr. Director, you're laughing. Do you know Mr. Alex? Detective Alex. This is a movie from Uganda. Oh my goodness.
Which one is that?
I think you could, if you are able to, Mr. Director, you could put some snippets. That movie is crazy. Not crazy like in super fun. The way the bullets fly, the blood, how it
those kinds of movies. I've seen it, I'm sure, on social somewhere. The accent and everything. And
the Ugandan accent.
And the way they were doing it. It's like, if those are the people who are supposed to defend you, I'd rather defend myself. Hey, give me that gun. I will do it. Wow. I think I've seen some snippets of it on socials.
So KK, you put us on is it Kendi or you? You put us on the line about, or you put me on the line about Crazy Kena. Did you all go to Shusha Nyavu, or ilikuwa tu story za habari?
Personally, I didn't.
Do you ever go out? Listen. What do you do for fun?
Now that you've had me, I
sit alone, watch TV, read books. What do you do for fun? Something fun.
I like how your partner has turned on you.
I'm not a fun person, guys, but I'm working on it this year.
Okay.
Oh. Yeah.
We're gonna be talking about resolutions. Okay.
In a few. I didn't go to the concert.
Yeah.
But I'm a very avid follower of these things on social media.
What did you see?
Ilifika katikati ikakwama. The YouTube live.
Yeah.
Ilikwama.
Had you paid?
For what?
Had you paid?
tulikuwa watu wa free people.
Oh, okay.
Really,
Because
I don't know
I ask, because I think there was www Shusho Live, and it was behind a paywall. You know, these guys, everything they want you to pay. Probably they saw the enjoyment was going so high, they were like, stop
They had,
that YouTube
I
thing.
think so too.
While they were leaping. Yeah.
So I didn't go. Before I die further, did you go?
I did go to Shusha Nyavu.
You did?
Totally Shusha Nyavu. Nakwambia 2024 tulianza na maombi.
Wow.
I wonder.
Wow. But then if you were looking on different platforms, many Kenyans went to different churches, and it was like people are here to praise. And as in me personally, the show was actually super nice. It was.
Did it put you in the spiritual realm?
Tulikuwa tumeenda kushusha nyavu. What do you expect? Tuliomba. Nakwambia it was super
but
nice. Actually,
you'll-
even so Churchill there was like,
You went to Shusha Nyavu and you started talking about the performer's dress.
I wanted to go there. There was so much controversy. There's this specific black dress that she wore.
Yeah.
And people were like, no, that is not giving God. What do you guys think?
Jesus, go stanza.
I know nothing about dresses. I know nothing about
Because
dresses.
Kendi, there was a green dress she wore. People were like, wow, now this is it. This is good.
Was it green or it was yellow?
And here comes men with color blindness.
Personally, I thought it was
That was a shade of green.
It was a green yellow, let's say, and concluded at that.
This is the person who also said that there is a color that is called grey blue.
Guys,
I think we had to go on the wrong day.
I need to bounce. Jesus Christ! How you
We
coming
had
at
ghost
me?
on the wrong day.
Wow, this is not good.
It's the
But
water,
anyways,
it's the water that I'm drinking.
whichever green that was, people were like, this dress is very decent, it looks
Wow.
nice and
At
everything.
whichever green that was.
The black one, people really
That was
complained.
irrelevant. It's Kenyans. Kenyans, we can match everything. Hata mtu kukuwa na polish yenye, for example, you have nails and then people will come at you for that. But she wore that dress and she came out on stage with it. Was she comfortable? Why are you the person to come and judge me and tell me this is not godly or this is not this and as who? Who?
As if this is not this and that.
I know.
Ghost, did you see the dress?
Yeah, I saw the dress.
And
What's your opinion?
I saw the dress and I was like, to me, per my judgment, it came off as if it wasn't very comfortable. She did not feel as if she was in her skin. And I might think this might be a wild take, but I might think because everybody, if you saw the trends on social media, this whole Shusha Nyavu thing had been sexualized.
yes,
Oh, true.
very
And
much.
and,
very
and I
much.
think that probably the PR team that was in charge of the show, they were like, to sort of satisfy the people who are coming for the show, this is how we're going to start this entire thing. I hope that wasn't the case, and if it was the case, then somebody's principles were toyed over because of money. But to my perspective and how I saw things, she did not feel like she was in her skin, because she did not even move that much as compared to the
green.
whatever green
green
color
that
it was,
was, yeah.
when she wore that. And you saw, I think there is even a time in one of the dresses that she had changed, she went on her knees and she sort of started praying. Definitely she could have not done that in the black dress.
True.
Yeah, so yeah.
I also saw a few comments here and they're saying Solomon Kuba also performed, yeah? And people were like, we felt like Solomon Kuba was here for the right reasons,
Yeah.
as opposed to Shusho. Like with Solomon, they felt like they were worshipping, they
Yeah.
were praising, they were in that spirit. But ikifika part ya Shusho, they were like, this sounds more like a performance as opposed to the
What
gospel
they really
reason why they were
expected.
here. Yeah.
But what do you mean expected? The fact, as in, what are you saying with Solomon Kuba? The songs were not out there. It wasn't like everyone was hyped up over you. You're
Yeah.
getting. So at the end of the day, I feel like everybody, most people in Kenya, most people in Nairobi had actually gotten to listen to the song over and over and over and over. So when this person would get on stage, it's like when you play a song which unajua from start to end, there's a way you'll have a hype about it, rather than you playing a song which you've had kidogo kidogo. So I feel like someone will come and bash Shusho and say it was more of a performance, but it's because you had been waiting, you had had the hype, you had gotten the song. So at the end of the day, how do you expect it to be the same? This person unajua to maybe the chorus or the first part of the song, so the rest of it is going to be you flowing with it, compared to Shusho coming on stage and saying Shusha Nyavu song, which you were waiting for it. You're going to have a different hype. That's why I think someone would say they're saying it was more of a concert, because of the hype it was getting from the audience.
I think
the audience had gotten the song. They were ready to hype it up. That was going to happen.
So you're saying the audience wasn't hyped for Solomon Mkubwa?
Not really.
And that's the thing. They weren't hyped, but they felt it more.
Let me look at it this way. Because they weren't hyped, they had not set any expectations. The dude over delivered. So everybody was like, wow.
Okay.
Case in point, there is a podcast that I listen to, the Mics Are Open podcast, and they talk about, they have particularly the Good Company, they have a show that they do, reggae versus dancehall show, and not reggae, dancehall versus Afrobeats versus reggae or dancehall, whatever you might like to call it. And they were in the second edition last year, and every time dancehall won. Why? They say dancehall won because whenever you listen to something that you're not listening to, you realize, by the way, I've been missing this kind of music, and you jump to it even more, because Afrobeat is always played all over the airwaves. So we do not often listen to dancehall. When dancehall gets played in a club and it is played for some time, definitely you're going to jump to it. True. This is something that I would liken to what Kendi or KK is saying, that this Shusha Nyavu song had played so much in our heads that even her performing it there and we are singing singing over it, it did not really bring that excitement. I might sound controversial, but Shusha Nyavu is not even my favorite song from Christina Shusho.
And what's your favorite song from her?
Now, when we get into names, it might be.
Anaweza imba kidogo.
There is this song called Unikumbuke.
That's an oldie.
Yeah, it's. Look at Christina Shusho's old music. Now that is Christina Shusho.
When you talk about that, that brings me to the next. I saw a lot of comments and I had a lot of things to say about the show. There's this controversy that has been going on that Christina Shusho has been involved with Diamond Platnumz, and therefore,
in which manner?
As in urafiki tu, juju. But of course, people will either dilute it or concentrate it. Yeah, and they were saying because of that, they think that she has been watered down to not be a gospel artist anymore. Hence those many controversies around the show. And I don't know what to make of that. Because the ideology is that if you hang out with someone, she's a gospel singer, right?
Yeah.
So if you hang out with a secular musician, then kuna venye it distance you from
when I ask, when thieves and people who murder go to church, does that take away the holiness of the church?
I wonder.
Thank you.
Jesus himself used to hang out with tax collectors.
Thank
thieves,
you.
And, you know.
I feel like we're just overdoing it. That's why it's so easy for people to be secular artists, because you are actually doing, you have the freedom. But being a gospel artist, and just because, so you're Christina Shusho.
I'm very angry.
Yeah, I'm super angry at this.
Should we pour water on you?
You know what? Because I'm feeling like the people, actually, if you come to look at it so well, the people who are here trying to castigate her and say you are actually seen somewhere with Diamond or bringing it up, au wenyewe na religion hata wajuani, hata mwambia kupe verses 2, hata Biblia ajali hata ajaikae, because these people, they're just coming here to judge religious. Wait, I'm cooling down. I'm coming down. So at the end of the day, it's I will say it's not fair, because just because you're a gospel artist, it doesn't mean you're now not a human being. Ama, you're supposed to act and work according to my standards. You have your own standards. Sindio, if you're a pastor, no matter unasikianga, oh, pastor alienda sijui ameingia wapi, then everyone is coming at them. Why? Christina Shusho is a gospel artist, and this person, for this whole Shushanyavu to start, it's because one person actually came to social media and said that she's not really an artist because she actually just gets words and sings. Niko like, wewe si tukupe basi verse alafu tukwambie utuimbie. Ama utatutolea kama hello binguni akabiwa Jesus. Because that's the best you can do. Yeah, that's how.
You're talking about stooping, but now that is low.
Thank you.
When he goes low, you go
lower. I know. So I feel like for a musician for you to be actually identified as a musician, you are actually going to take these words and make them musical. Not so many people can do that. That's what she did, and that's why that girl got bashed, and that's why the whole hype came, and that's why the whole Shushanyavu concert even came to happen. So at the end of the day, once the concert happens, which was actually hype, and tukianza shusha na defend Shusha because of why are you coming to bash her? That's how gospel music is supposed to be written. Then why are you coming? Actually that concert was not giving. We do not feel. Tunatakanga nini? Wanadamu. What do we want?
Unikumbuke.
Yeah, because in a biddy. You see, I feel like that's what happened to Rose Muhando. You hype, then just because of all these controversies around you, people just make sure you fall, and you fall.
Okay. But I think Christina has been consistent for a minute. Yeah, she's not going anywhere.
Yes.
I really pray for that.
Now that was December.
Yeah.
How was yours Christmases? How was yours Christmases?
Did you have to hit the nail at the head like? Okay. Tuanze na zenu mzuri tumalize na yangu.
Hata mimi yangu iko mzuri, but I'm just gonna say it. I didn't go to Shags.
You are there virtually.
Wait first. Do you mean going to Shags is what makes Christmas good?
And let me tell you now, I'm coming off from that traditional mentality. Sorry to those who went to Shags.
Yeah.
You just called our 5K subscribers washamba.
No, this was for ghosts, guys. Just for ghosts.
Alafu unajua, I read somewhere someone saying if you went to Shags and you carried your toothbrush, you need to style up in 2020. Work harder. You see. So I don't know what's your take. At least we're going to Shago, because I'm sure we'll be to the brush maybe. So let's chill. Goes to Lindo Shago. Sorry, girl. Sorry, I had to do that.
I thought you were a team.
We are.
Okay.
So it's a 2 against 1. Okay.
Crossing over to the traditional peeps in the house.
Wow, traditional. This was me going home in a long minute. I think 3 years.
Why haven't you been going home for 2 years, 3 years?
I had nothing to go do.
Wow.
This time you had something to go do.
Yeah, I had to show up and tell those people that nimeendelea.
Mama, I made it.
We are sorry.
But not in a good, not in that type of way. It had been some time before I went home to be with family, because I think sometimes till last year I went, but it was because of a burial that I had to attend to, so that was not like really going home, so I had to go for this particular one. I don't know why KK is in my business, but I went with my toothbrush. Yeah, I carried my toothbrush. You know, if something works, why do you have to change it? It's my toothbrush.
Acha nisiendelee hapo, ni jaribu.
It's my toothbrush. So I went with my toothbrush, and Christmas for me was amazing. Family time.
Ate a lot.
Lots. Even people, when I kept on updating on my social media, everybody's like, you're gonna come back when you have added weight. Be sure to kutupatia hizo nguo zenye uko nazo sahi, because ukirudi hazitakuwa zinakutosha. I was like, nguo mambo madogo. But
Hey. You're not ready for ghost this year.
I know.
I am gonna be brutal. No, only for this episode. But Christmas was nice. It gave everything that Christmas is all about. Yeah, it was long before I saw Christmas tree, kuipanga, and blowing balloons and all of that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was beautiful. And I had one of the best conversations over New Year's. Oftenly New Year's phoned me, or New Year's alikuwa ananipataka kama nimelala. Yeah, like saa 6 I am tucked in bed. But this time round, it was different. I had a conversation with one of my uncles, and it was a very rich conversation. And what made it exciting was that it's exciting when you talk to people that you sort of gravitate towards the same things. You listen to the same podcasts, you almost read the same books, you almost have the same philosophies, you almost follow the same things. It was just like a conversation that sort of laid out what my 2024 should be more like. And one of the things that he said was, Alan, in everything that you do, make sure you make more money. I was like, preach.
You're speaking my language.
Amen. Yeah. So mantra, make more money. Yeah. And also the respect that you get from family members. I never understood it. Yeah. Where on social media you would say that, hey, me by the way nikienda nyumbani, mimi ndio naambiwa nioshe vyombo.
Unaamka unatafuta maji moto, unaangaliwa like
wewe ndio unaambiwa utakata kuku.
Funga sada na meza.
Hebu patia nani anakuaga na meno sharp. Kumbe unaonwa you're being demoralized. Wow. You're being belittled. So but when you have a bit of money, muongeleshe nani vizuri, asipoongea vizuri atatoa ya mbuzi. You get. So yeah, I got a little bit of respect when I was home. So
rich uncle vibes.
Yeah, rich uncle. No, rich Kuzo vibes.
Okay.
Yeah, rich Kuzo vibes. But I'm not yet there yet. I'm not yet there yet.
Trying to be humble, huh?
I'm humble, cost, you know.
Okay.
Debatable.
Okay. Sorry, I had cut you short.
At debatable.
Wow. What's debatable?
Wow.
I was promoting the show Debatable.
Oh yeah, check out our political show Debatable, Agree to Disagree.
Yeah.
Because I had cut you short, Mama. You were telling us about your Christmas story.
Me, I was in Nairobi representing the people who are moving from primitive, traditional ways of doing Christmas.
Wow.
On a very light note, though.
You just call that primitive?
No, it's not primitive.
Your ancestors are watching.
They're not giving bombastic
side eye.
Like you.
Yeah.
Did you come from us?
Yeah. But tulikula maembe, bado tulitumia maembe. Now you know where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was very calm here in Nairobi. Nothing much. Over to you, Candy.
Guys,
let me tell you mine.
I'm just
Can you okay?
No.
Okay.
You see, like growing up, I've had the best Christmas. Hey, Mimi.
Kubai wangu viatu.
Hey, Mimi.
Can you mean to say nobody bought you nothing?
Growing up it's hard. Don't grow up. Don't grow up. No growing up anymore. But I've always had a fantastic time on Christmas where just having those friends together, you're going out, as in you're just having, it's Christmas, you'll feel it's Christmas.
Yeah.
Even not that much, but you'll feel that festivity. Then it came to this year, man, I was in bed, I was tossing and turning and feeling hot. I'm getting the duvet off and on until
there was heat wave in Nairobi.
And
it was an opportunity for the county to cool off. You all were still around. You misplaced.
We didn't get it.
Tungepewa hiyo memo, but it was one of those. And funny thing, imefika point yenye sisi kwetu kila mtu Christmas nimekuanga hivyo, wende ujipange, wende mjibambe na wewe na kila mtu kivyake, and then you come back maybe in the evening or something. Okay. So it was one of those, watu wenye walijipanga walienda wakajibamba, wewe hukujipanga vizuri, uko hapo. So I was just seated there. It was one of those, but at least I got to meet up some friends later in the evening, which got to be better. But it was wow. Next year?
Was this adulting?
I think it was adulting. Many hit. Piga coffee, nikaanguka.
I can imagine KK fighting with adulthood.
Yeah, we did a lot of that. But it was one of those. I'd say it was a new experience. So definitely next year, ndakwa nimejipanga. Ukiona nikikufuata ushago kwenu.
This year ama next year?
This year.
Okay.
Oh, it's a new year. Yeah, ndakwa nimejipanga. If you see me and my bag following someone to their country or wherever they're going, just know I'm not tossing and turning and fighting with heat again.
What would you say was you guys' highlight for last year?
Last year?
Yeah.
Let's start with Ken.
Wow.
Over to you.
Throw under the bus. Okay, anyway, my highlights, I would say last year actually worked out for me quite well. One thing I'll say I did, and I felt so proud of myself doing, was getting out of my shell. It's you're going to be it's not going to be easy. Get out of toka hapa itakuwa ngumu. You're going to face this. I'm ready for it. Bring it on. And I feel like in a way it was fantastic. It's opened opportunities for me, and I'm so happy I did. So this year you'll be seeing a lot of me, mostly the people we're working with. So last year I got to be outside that shell of, it's a safe space, but being out there professionally, is it going to be hard? Yeah, but are you ready to be there? Yeah, I'm going to be there. And I did that, and I'm so happy for that. That was my highlight. Getting those opportunities because of putting myself out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
For me, my highlight, last year at a time like this, I was in school. Yeah, and this year at a time like this, I'm not in school.
Wow.
As you can see.
Yeah, sorry.
So from last year, I finished school. I graduated.
Yeah,
I did graduate.
Hallelujah.
Amen.
Made mama proud.
I made everyone proud. I made everyone
We'll recover swiftly.
I made everyone proud. Most especially, I made myself proud. And God.
Wow.
Yeah. What else? Finished school, graduated. Oh, got a job. Not gonna.
So yours are earning in this part economy. Wow.
This is so bad.
It must feel nice.
Cut your taxes. How is it taking you?
I can't relate.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Wow.
Haya, ghost. Give us those highlights. Naka ghost alikuwa na list nyingine mrefu wako, like you guys should
You
start.
guys, that's all you have, you guys.
Hey, let me take it. Let me take it away.
No, I did not have so many highlights, but what can I say? Okay. I did some beautiful things last year, and the only highlight I would say is one. Most of the things that I set out to do, I did. That was, excuse me, and even those that I did not expect that I would do, opportunities came my way. There is one thing that there is one trait that I like about myself.
You'll better listen.
When you ask me, Alan, do you know how to build a website? I will not say no. I will find out how a website is built, and I will go to build it. Alan, have you ever moderated this and this and this session? I will not say no. I will tell you, hiyo kwanza ni rahisi sana. Unafanya hivi na hivi na hivi na hivi. So in case in point, there is this high level event that I was, somebody gave me an opportunity to moderate or to MC, and it was high stakes. So when I was in the meeting, they were like, "Oh, have you ever done such events?" I'm like, I am the master in this industry.
Mambo madogo.
Exactly, mambo madogo haya. But if they had requested for references, probably ingekuwa kizungumkuti. But either way, I could have found some guys who would have vouched for me big time. And this was the hardest job that, not in terms of delivery, but in terms of working towards it. Because I remember there is a time that contract had been moved off of the table because I was in between a lot of things. I have a challenge. I don't know how to say no to opportunities that have money to them. Yeah. If
So you don't know how to say no to money. That's the problem.
Wow. Make more money, remember?
Okay.
Yeah. So there is this training that I had gotten to train some folks in outside Nairobi, and it was a 2-day training. I went for that, and while I was on that 2-day training, it is the same time that I was supposed to sort of sign a contract and send it to the guys that we were supposed to MC the event for, and I did not do it in time. And the following day we were supposed to have a meeting, and I was so tired. The meeting just escaped me. I was called to join the meeting 15 minutes later, and this lady was like, "Listen, if you want to work with international organizations, you have to be a good timekeeper." But you know, all the time she's saying this, everything is sort of going through my left ear and going out of my right ear. I was like, okay. And I made peace. Okay, this one I've lost it. It's okay. Imeenda. I sat through the entire interview, the entire session, and all of that. Tukaambiwa vitu tunafaa kufanya, and then I was told to sort of sign a contract and attach some documents that I did not have on hand. I went out to look for the documents. Coming back, I find an email. And they're like, unfortunately, Alan, we're not going to be able to do this anymore. Yada, 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 yada. I'm like, you know, now this is a tip that you all should have. You know, something might have already gone, but put in an apology there so that if anybody comes across it, they will be like, by the way, alijitetea, aliomba msamaha. You get? So I was like, oh, you know, apologies, this and that, this and that.
DISDAT.
Yeah, DISDAT. Yeah. DISDAT. No response. So I was like, cool. Imeenda hivyo, ni sawa. Then I get a call from a number that I do not know. I had ignored the call the first time, and there is a lady behind this. There is a lady who's like, you know, you gotta do this and this and this and this. So at last, I was given the opportunity yet again, and I got to over deliver, I would say, and it was a success. And I was like, okay. And I was told, because you had put in an apology, we based off of that to kutetea, because they were like, sana jua makosa na meomba msamaha. So I think that was my highlight, that never say never up until the last minute. Yeah. And you can take every opportunity that comes your way, but also as you take all opportunities, you must be very akin to what takes you to the next level. Yeah, because there are so many opportunities that we might be taking up, but they're just keeping us stagnant. Yeah.
Okay.
You know, kama ni yako ni yako.
Yeah.
If you choose, you choose.
Lessons. Let me start as your Lord. So
you're like, I was ready for this. So
I was ready for this one.
Mukilod, wacha mimi niendelee.
When the year normally comes to an end, unakuanga na hii pressure ya, what have you learned? What's one thing you're taking away from last year? And last year I was very confused, because I didn't know what to make of 2023, because a lot of good things happened, a lot of bad things happened. So I couldn't say whether it was a good year or a bad year until I came across this. So last year has taught me that a good year can also be a hard year. I've held joy and pain in equal measure. The joy hasn't made it less painful, and the pain hasn't made it less joyful. I'm tagging it the year I learned what it means to hold all things in a delicate balance.
Wow.
That was so beautiful. And that was my lesson. You see, I tend to think that if the last quarter or the last half of your year was good, then you will say that year was good.
Yeah.
But if the last half was bad, you will say that year was bad. We don't know how to sort of balance the year.
Yeah.
So this year, I'm learning how to balance everything. And just because the moment is bad doesn't mean the rest of the moment is good. And vice versa.
Yeah.
Clap for me.
Makofi. Makofi. Philosophical Shelina.
Kuna makofi zingine moto.
What is your biggest takeaway from 2023? Biggest lesson 2023?
It's not that hard. Stop overthinking.
So I've overthought this one.
No, that for me, like,
Okay.
so that's my biggest takeaway.
Okay.
As in, you'll find yourself, I'm the type of person, if I'm supposed to do something, and it's like, you're supposed to do this, I will be losing it. I'll be like, can you just get this done, going? So I've learned, I realized I do that a lot. So I'm like, just sit down, relax, let it cool down. Then now you can actually get to know, how is this going to work? How is this not going to work? I realized because of that level of nikama, you're like, apana itakwambaya nini? No, just relax. So that's my biggest takeaway. It's not that hard, it's not that bad. Just sit down, take a breath, then you're going to figure it out. It's just going to come through. So I'll say that's my biggest takeaway. All these issues, they're like, oh, what if I do? What if I jump and I fall? Just relax. Angalia, how far is it? Can you really jump or not? Or what can you do to make sure? Or is there another way for you to get to cross? That's my biggest takeaway. So as much as I'll feel like something is hard, or it's taking a lot from me, I just need to sit down, think of it, come out happy.
Actually, I agree
Maisha
with you.
inasonga.
And you'll be surprised at how good you will be at that thing that you're so scared of doing.
True.
Very
Yeah.
facts.
Ghosts.
Shalene, you sounded so philosophical.
Thank you.
Adi nikakumbuka. You made
Ghost,
me...
I don't sound philosophical.
Okay.
I am philosophical.
Okay. Thank you for the correction.
You're
so,
welcome.
philosopher Shalene,
Yes.
with with the knowledge that you're oozing.
You're about to. You're not philosophical.
No. You made me think hard about 2023, and actually I realized that I did not mention 2023 is when we even started this platform in April. So
Okay.
you're saying that if the second quarter is bad, or the fourth quarter of the year is bad, then the entire year has been bad, or the entire half of the second half of the year has been bad, and vice versa. I was like, what did I not say that we did in 2023 that I must be proud of? So this platform was born in 2023. 2023 was now I go back on my word. There are so many things that I could be proud of. Starting all concepts. We moved from a tiny office that was this size to a bigger space. Probably 1 year, 2 years from now, we'll even be in bigger space. Yeah, but I think there's so much that we are supposed to be proud of that we never get proud of, and I'm also guilty of something. I do not know how to sit back and enjoy my wins. I am always looking forward to the next big win.
Yeah.
So my biggest win last year was that job that I did. So I did not remember every other big thing that I did, only that
Which one? Them saying one?
Yeah, the same
Okay.
one. That was the big thing that I did. So I was like, hizo zingine sio muhimu. But there's so much that we did. My greatest takeaway is this might sound also good, but relax. Yeah. If you put in the time, if you are sure that you've put in the time and you've put in the work, it will definitely pay off. So relax. Not relaxing in terms of you will not do anything. Relax and be sure that because I have woken up, I have put in the work that I need to put in, it will work out. It will be. I would say that is my greatest takeaway from 2023.
Do you guys think new resolutions actually work? One time I was talking to Ghost. Let me report him here. And it was about something. I was like, that should be in your new resolutions for 2024. You know what he said? I don't have those. I know what I need to do. I'm like, okay. So as we don't know what we need to do.
I am not egotistical, guys.
No one said that. So do you think they don't work? Like, it should be something that you know, the new year to always be like, okay, I need to do this.
If you need New Year resolutions to me sound like to me they sound like motivation. If you need motivation to go do things that you love, if you need motivation to go things that you're supposed to do, then I don't know what else you can do in your life.
So we don't need motivation?
What motivation is like what can I say? Motivation ni wisha. Yeah. So motivation is like a drug.
Yeah.
It's like I've never smoked bang, but ni kama episode ya smoke bang, that at one point you're high, another point you're not high. So if you're not high at that point where you're not high, do you mean you're not going to do what you're supposed to do?
Actually, someone said motivation, discipline over motivation.
Exactly. So not unless you're setting these goals to teach you discipline, probably that would work. But if you need you want motivation, no, that's not for me.
So you don't have New Year's resolutions?
What New Year resolution? My New Year resolutions always remain the same. Last year I said I want to be more social, go out for social events. I went for Crazy Kena, so I made that one. This year I'm like even more social events.
Okay.
So basically that's what I'm doing. And this is why I do not look at them as resolutions per se, because I know these are things that I'm supposed to do even long term. Because one of the things that I know is that I need new sets of knowledge. I need to add on the bank of knowledge that I have. How do I get that knowledge? Engage with more people. I got myself in some training about it's not that I don't know what they're training about, but I I will appreciate being out of the common people that I know, so that I listen to new views, how people do things differently. And there is something that I learned on the training started on Monday that I found really fascinating, and I was like, how come I never thought about it like that? So yeah, I know what I gotta do, and I'm gonna stay committed to doing that. And personally, honestly, where I am at life, this might sound like a flex.
All people in the room.
Where I'm at life, I think I have been able to identify the things that I'm going to do the rest of my life. So there is not anything new that I'm going to add on to what I'm already doing. The only thing that I'm supposed to look at is how do I make what I'm already doing better. Yeah, and of course follow it up with other. I can't say that my new year resolution is buying a car, because definitely I know eventually when the time is right I will get it. I can't say that my new year resolution is getting married. When the time is right, I will get married. Yeah. The only thing.
Okay.
Yeah. The only thing that I can say. What can I even say? It's just pray for health. Yeah. And remain committed to having proper health. And we know. You know what you're supposed to do to be in good health. You know why do you need to write about it on a piece of paper? But not to disqualify anybody's resolutions. Do we have resolutions on that other end?
Personally, I do. Every single year I've had New Year's resolutions. I just like having a book with a list, and then at the end of the year I get to check them off, like, yeah, I did that. That for me is satisfaction. And I love having them. But there's something new I learned about resolutions.
Yes.
You see, like the way you're saying long-term goals. I learned that if you have a long-term goal, like for me personally, I was to buy a car last year, but I didn't. Imekoma kwa pot. I'm about to get it this year.
Yeah.
So let's say if your goal is to why you're laughing? Because you can't buy a car. What's funny?
There is nothing funny. I had held it, but there is somebody in the background who laughed so hard about it. So it's him who is guilty. But anyway,
you can't relate because he's not in the process of getting a car. Anyway,
he can't understand it.
He can't get it.
Yeah.
So let's say, for example, let me just start with, you want to start a business in 2024.
Yeah.
I learned something that's a long-term goal. Like by December, I should have this business up and running.
Yeah.
Right?
You want to start a business?
I do. So I learned that the year has how many quarters, Candy?
4.
This year you're good. Last year ulikuwa pabaya pale kwa IQ.
I'm out of this podcast. Like, director, cut me out. I'm not even talking anymore.
Okay, so we have how many again?
4.
We have 4 quarters in a year. So in the first quarter, what are you doing to ensure that business is up and running by the end of 2024?
Yeah.
Is it researching? Is it saving to invest in that business? Is it finding someone to work for that business, finding people, finding resources? And I found that to be so wise, because that will ensure every quarter you're doing something that will lead you towards achieving that goal. And that's something new I'm using this year. Every quarter you have actionable steps that you've taken to ensure that you've achieved that goal. You can clap for me, so you agree. Thank you. So yes, I do have resolutions, and I think they work for me. Yeah, because every time, like let's say when I don't feel the day and I check my phone, I check the resolutions, what I'm supposed to do in January for that particular resolution, I get up because it has to get done. Yes. Do you have resolutions, Candy?
You see, when they say that you do not have enough problems to wake up in the morning, so you have an alarm.
You once said
Candy?
You just have to water down my role.
I feel like I do have resolutions each and every year, because
You can also tell us some of them. Shalini, it's opening up a business.
Will I? But anyway, something I had a resolution last year,
Yeah.
and it was for me. I can have a resolution of buying you a house.
Yes.
I'm not buying you a house.
Yours resolutions are
an example.
massive.
an
Buying
example.
a car, buying a house.
Yeah.
It's a good thing.
That's how we
You
roll.
see, so you see,
Yeah.
it's such a resolution. I'm actually not doing this resolution for you. Actually, it's for the satisfaction of what I'm getting for it. So I feel like once I achieved it, was among the first ones. I had really worked towards it, and I achieved it. And
You
I
bought somebody
felt-
a house.
there's a part in school. Example. Then you'll give an example. That was one of them.
Okay. Okay.
So,
Just confirming for the listener.
okay, so once I achieved that, as much as small as it was, it felt so satisfying to me. And one thing I kept on singing last year, I have to do this, I have to do this. So each and every time I was having money or something, I will remember it. And it has finally happened. So I'm feeling good because it was like me gassing myself up and making sure I don't fail on it. So I feel like what you've just said, having resolutions, it doesn't mean that all these other things that you're supposed to do are not supposed to be done.
Yeah.
I feel like, let me throw Ghost under the bus here, kidogo.
Please do.
I'm waiting. I will come up with a bus and
feel
throw
like-
it back at you.
I feel like we're at different stages in life.
I want you to say that. You say,
Wow.
let me not cut you short, but let me cut you short. I feel like Ghost. I feel like Ghost is at another level that we are yet to get to, where he knows like this is like ultimately I have to get this done. But I feel like, let me not speak for you. Like for me, I feel like I have so many things to figure out, so many waters to test. Hence, I just need a list to actualize the things that I think that I want to do before I get to where Ghost is.
True. And something that Ghost ever said previously was, by the time you're getting to your late 20s and to your 30s, you're supposed to have tried the pick and drop. At this point, you know what's working, what's not working. So you actually just going with the things that you know. I'm good at this.
Yeah.
Let me now go with that. And I feel like we are at this point of picking and dropping. So we definitely must have those resolutions of let me try this, let me pick this. So by the time you're getting to Ghost level, you'll have dropped and you'll have known what you're going with.
Absolutely.
Sangala wenye nasikia vizuri hapo behind.
Sisikie vizuri. Listen, sisikie vizuri. You're making me sound like an ancestor.
Making you be a wise man here.
You're making me sound like I'm an ancestor. Yani ni ancestor flani amejelewa and all of that. But as I am agreeing with you guys, yeah. Also, it is good to identify one thing that you think you might be good at, and then try within that. Yeah, and basically that is what I would say, because I wouldn't want to water down all that you're doing. But no resolutions, we've got to do what we gotta do. Yeah, that's what I always tell people. And however you get it done, as long as it's the legal way, it's a good.
Must it be legal though?
Legal.
It has to be.
Some resolutions we can't mention.
Yours are gonna be buying some guns, yo.
We're ready.
Who do you wanna shoot up?
ready.
Who do you wanna shoot up? We've talked about resolutions. We've talked about 2023. We've talked about a lot of things. What are we looking forward for in 2024? But even before we go there, do you all know Cat Williams?
Cricket sound. Ancestors in the house.
You don't know Cat Williams?
I don't.
Tell us about the person you're talking about.
Everyone in the room is wondering who's Cat Williams. Someone from the 60s?
Wow. Do you all know Dave Chappelle?
Yeah.
You know Dave Chappelle?
Yeah.
You know Dave Chappelle?
No, I don't know him. Can you just go to the point?
Do you know Kevin Hart?
Yeah.
Do you know Kevin Hart?
Yeah.
Wow.
So the
Okay.
first one is a comedian.
Exactly.
Okay.
Cat
Maybe we
Williams.
know him, but we just don't know that's his name or her name or whatever.
Their name.
Did you watch Boondocks?
I've heard of it. I haven't watched it.
The animation.
Yes.
version. Yeah.
Did you see the pimp in that film in Boondocks who used to wear purple suit and a purple hat?
Can you just get to the point again?
Get the point.
Okay. Probably you might also ask me somebody from your generation. I'll be like, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah.
I remember I was being roasted. Missy Jui Kabijo wa Jesus alikuwa na nyimbo.
And we did roast you head. I was glad with that.
So basically, when I asked about how 2024 is going to be, Cat Williams sort of started off 2024 in showbiz, like with guns blazing. So Cat Williams is one of, if not one of the greatest in stand-up comedy in the United States. So he was literally calling out everybody that he knows that has done a thing or two in show business. You know how people are associated with the Illuminati, people who are associated with blocking the doors when they see one of their people is going to get an opportunity, so they go behind the back. That is sort of, the pace that Cat Williams started the way up with, and he was dropping names: Jay-Z, the guy who does Family Feud, Steve Harvey. Yeah, Cedric the Entertainer. There's so many names that he was dropping, and everybody's like, 2024 is gonna be one hell of a year. Yeah, so yeah, what you all expecting for 2024? And talking about, somebody talked about pastors and religion. Did you all see the story of TB Joshua?
I have seen BBC already has a documentary on it that I'm yet to watch.
So y'all who's going to church, y'all need to check your pastors.
No. You need to check yourself if you cannot discern a true pastor from a false one. Spirit of discernment, that's what I would say.
Honestly, at the rate at which this is happening, us also having our own chakaholas, it is alarming.
Yeah,
I think it is not we being able to discern the pastors that we go to. I think it should be more about us as people being able to understand if I need solace. Basically, is because, correct me if I'm wrong, people go to church for so many different reasons, right? If you are not able to find peace within yourself, and you need to go find that peace from some other place, still you're not gonna find it. That is one. And also, if you find it, then you're going to pay a hefty price for you to get that particular peace. So I'm not stepping down on religion or looking down on it. Religion is a good thing and all of that, but the churches we all are going to, you also had that story about TD Jakes.
TD Jakes wanted to say the same thing.
Yeah.
What is going on?
We also had something about my guy Austin, Joe Austin.
Yes.
What is happening
So
in church?
there is a lot that is going on.
Something is going on.
I am really afraid for those who sort of look for validation in church.
True. I feel like you've said it right. The people who look for the validation
in church.
Yeah.
You can actually listen to someone as a preacher and you're like, what you're actually saying is okay and you're right, I can go with that, but I'm not just going to go with everything that you're saying. That's why I think I was having a conversation with my friend who was telling me churches sometimes bring out the worst in people. Why? You can have someone who's actually looking for, how did people end up in Shakahola? How do you just wake up one day and decide I'm going to go to this place or to this person and stay there, and then you just find it's not what I expected? You have disconnect from the society. What you have in here, it's just not working for you, so you just go to find it somewhere. So at the end of the day, you meet these people who are like, maybe you had a relative, now I may join a particular church. They're like selling everything. They're even coming to do crazy things. You're trying to explain to them what you're doing is actually not normal. They don't want to listen because wameshakuwa brainwash. How many people do you have walking around here saying walichukua the loan because ati walikuwa na project na pastor?
They wanted to tithe. You get a loan to tithe in church.
Yeah, how many people have most of their money going to church? And watu wenye they just are not, wamekuwa brainwashed into religion, but they can't even stand on their own 2 feet. They can't stand on their own 2 feet. Kuna hiyo level ya, even if people will come and talk of TB Joshua being bad and everything, he had some teachings that were actually so good, which you can actually listen to and say, this person said that hapa alisema ukweli, ama Then we're now coming to talk of him on a personal level on these other things which you're seeing, and we're like, wow, was this actually true? Was this not true? And everything. Why do we actually need them to do all? It's like nyinyi ndio munafanya hizo vitu for us. Why is a pastor doing this for you? Why aren't you doing some of these religious things for yourselves?
Like praying. But I think some men of God take advantage of the vulnerable in the society. If you look at the Shakahola victims, they need somewhere to find solace. And when you find someone who can take advantage of that, it's a massive blow. So I think it's messed up, but
is it
so messed up.
Is it that we are expecting too much of them, and they're also human? Yeah, they're human beings like us. Are we putting so much expectations onto them?
Personally, I would say we're giving them too much power
over us.
Yes, like I can't pray for myself. Lazima uombewe. Why?
Niwekwe mikono.
Yeah. If you read the Bible, the reason why the curtain broke into two. Thank you.
Preach, sister, preach.
Yeah, when Jesus was crucified.
You quote the Bible?
Yeah.
Okay.
When the curtain broke into two, the symbolism of that, you see, kitambo, in the Old Testament, when people wanted to pray, a priest had to. Someone was hanging. Like, you know what? I got you. Relax.
Wape context.
So in the Old Testament,
Once upon a time.
I don't know how you don't know this ghost and you're from those ages. Anyway, so when you wanted to pray. In the Old Testament, when people wanted to pray, they had to go. No, they didn't have to. The priest had to go to the temple to pray for them. Now, walikuwa nasimama nje ndo waombewe, right? So when the curtain broke into two, it gave us that direct contact with God, that we don't need an intermediary to pray for us. You understand? And I think some people are still stuck in that olden age, that lazima niombe na mtu ndio kitu ifanyike. You can pray for yourself, guys. You can pray for yourself. But I will watch that documentary and probably will come and talk about it later on.
What I found interesting, after you, Candy, what I found interesting is that even the whistleblower is his daughter.
Yes, okay.
Candy, you had something to say. That is quite a sad note, yeah?
Oh, yeah. It was, the fact that even when the priest was going to the temple, he had to be tied.
Dragged out.
Alikuwa anafungwa mguu. Just in case ufike huko Mungu akwambie ulifanya something.
Yeah.
Kiboko yako ndo hiyo. They'll just drag you out.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, I feel like people don't really understand the fact that those venye curtains zilibreak ikasema ingieni nyi wote ili kupea you have that personal relationship, build it with you. Acheni kuiweka ni kama upasta ama this person of God. No, build that relationship.
Yeah.
This sort of galvanizes the reality that happened during Shushanyav concert. That all young people and youth moved closer to God during that concert.
How?
Did you see how many young people were at the concert?
The argument out here is that there's a musician called Sarah Kay. She also had a Kesha that same.
I love Sarah Kay.
I do too. And apparently,
did you know Sarah Kay?
I do know Sarah Kay. Jesus Christ.
You know her. You know her, you don't know her?
I know her.
Oh, why is Ghost you doing it like that?
You guys,
you know
it's
Sarah
like
Kay?
I'm alone in this. I accept. I do know that musician.
You want to fight now?
It's okay, you know her. And during that time, I really went through comments for the concerts that were on that particular day, and people were saying that actually people were more kwa hiyo concert ya Sarah Kay. And again, the spirituality issue came out, that for Sarah Kay, it was more of us worshipping and doing all that as opposed to Christina Shusho. It was just ni kama ilikuwa a conflict between who's better than who's bringing people closer to God and all that. Shenanigans and shebang.
I think if Sarah Kay, I'm not comparing here, I think she sang the song Kwanini Jambo,
Yes.
something like that. And I think what sort of spoiled the fun in the Christina Shusho show, basically that was showbiz. Yeah.
The fact that we had comedians.
Yeah, the fact that we had comedians and
That was
I
like an
remembered
event.
something. Sorry, Ghost.
Go ahead.
I don't know the name of this guy. He's a TikToker who normally comes to sing for people with flowers and all that. What's
Moya
her name?
David.
Moya David. What did you guys make of him going to stage and singing for Christina Shusho, giving him flowers? People were saying it was weird. Shusho didn't even know what to do. She was just smiling. Did you see that part, Ghost?
I did not.
Okay.
I feel
But
at
even
this
that you're
point-
explaining it, it sounds showbiz basically. Yeah, showbiz. Yeah.
You were saying something.
Yeah. Christina Shusho's performance was spoiled because of the other things that came with the show. And if you remember properly, or if you remember right, many netizens were like, just give us Christina Shusho alone. Or if you want to bring in other people, or bring in some gospel artists that still exist,
Yeah.
or even throw in Rose Mohando in there,
Yeah.
so that we have this awakening. But also that is not our brand, so we cannot dictate what they get to do. This is a private business. Yeah, the proprietor of that particular business gets to do what he feels is right, and then sell to you. If you want, come. If you do not want, don't come.
Before we delved into the religious spectrum, we were talking about 2024 and what we're looking forward to, and we were here.
Baba,
I do the honors.
do the honors. Tulikuwa huku. Uni wenye si watu tumekuangalia.
I just want to be bold this year. I feel like, again, as youngings, sometimes you just doubt yourself too much. And for me, they say, I just want to try. It will fail, so it will succeed. Good for me. The more you fail, the more you know. And the more you know, the more you know. So I just want to be bold in whatever that I do. Yes.
Ghost.
Why do you want to come last? I am the ghost. I am always mysterious, so I will come last.
Are you guys having a feud that I don't know of?
No, we don't have any feud.
Okay.
Does it seem like we have a feud?
Comments.
Okay, I feel like this year, I don't know. Ever since I was coming to this year, me personally, I had the feeling of it being big. I don't know, and it's not going down. And it's something I've promised myself. The times I will sit down and I'm gloomy, they're gone. That's 2023. I'm not going to sit down and be gloomy about anything, be it good, be it bad. So I pray and I believe and I know and I decree that it is going to be.
Hallelujah.
Amen, my sister. I mean, your personality itself is not gloomy, so why should we be?
I know. So the few
Even your
times.
pants are not gloomy. Why should you
Should
be
I show?
gloomy?
Should I show? You know. So, but I feel like the few times that I followed myself down because of something, now I'm not going to be there anymore. So I feel like this year, I just have the feeling, and I pray it goes that way. Those things that I look at them. Funny thing, last year, some of those opportunities that I was like looking for them ever since I don't know when, they came through. So I'm like, this year I'm feeling it. I have the feeling that it's going to be big, that I'm not going it, and I pray in it to evil.
Amen for you.
That's
Amen
just
you.
for me. So if it takes boldness, if it takes courage, if I'm up for it.
Be bold. Ghost, you seem mesmerized.
I'm looking at these two amazing human beings saying what they're looking up to, and I'm like, wow, the future is bright for so many people.
For you young ones.
For you.
I wish you got here at the top. At the top.
I don't want to say I don't know, but I am equally optimistic. I've always had this fighting spirit in me, and I see it even prevailing even bigger and bigger this year. This year, my biggest plans this year is going international. Sending our work to Uganda and Tanzania. So that is what I'm definitely looking out for. So if anybody sees us somewhere in Uganda or Tanzania, that's us. Au ni sisi. We are kujaing na force, and I believe that will be a bouncing sort of castle to launch us into the larger part of Africa. And I know this will be because there are so many things that I have said that I'm going to do, and those I've not said that I was going to do, and they have passed. So I know that too shall pass. Yeah, as we always say, this too
Shall pass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other thing that I'm looking forward to is our this platform to grow. Yeah. This year we have a commitment to reach 5,000 followers or subscribers, and I can't wait. This year, this is a commitment that we must make. I know we all have different working schedules and everything, but let us not miss a single episode of DISDAT podcast.
True.
Yeah, that is a commitment that that I am making, and that is a commitment that I'm also making to our viewers, that this year we're not missing any single show. Yeah, last year we did not miss on Debatable. That is going to be the same this year. Dreams in Motion, we missed a couple of them last year. This year we started with a banger. DISDAT, here we are. We've changed names. It's gonna even be bigger. So yeah, and the other thing that I'm looking forward to is the people around me to grow as I grow. It sometimes it's lonely at the top. I was
Guys, lonely at the top.
somewhere.
No, you don't have to. It's okay.
It's lonely somewhere. I was
On the top.
There is there is an episode that we put out on Dreams in Motion, actually the latest episode. And sometimes I say these things, and when I go listen back to them, I'm like, did you say that? Yeah. And I am amazed at myself. I'm like, yeah. So one of the things that I said that I was amazed about is I do not think if somebody outworks me, it makes them a fake friend. Yeah. If somebody is no longer accessible because we are not in the same sort of niche, we are not at the same level to some extent, that does not make them a fake friend. Actually, I am the fake friend. If they are my friend and I know them, why am I not playing at the same level as they are? There will be the argument that we are all built different, but tell me who your friends are and I will tell you who you are. So if you're not willing to elevate, you're waiting to sit back and start pointing fingers at people. Oh, they worked, they left us here, they never helped us. That is a spirit that I do not want to entertain in any manner. If somebody just outworks me, I'm like, who? I don't have access to you. It's okay, but I'm going to make sure that I also outwork myself so that I get to a place where I feel like I am something and I am somebody. So that is the spirit that I am looking to walk in, and also just do things that I'm afraid. Many people think I am not afraid of anything. There are so many things that I'm afraid of. Yeah, and I work constantly to validate why I should not be afraid of them. So when I achieve them, I'm like, only than utanishinda, you get. That's what I'm looking forward to, and growing our team bigger and better, so that everybody, once they get to Christmas, everybody has the opportunity to go home and flex.
Okay, a lot of insight, but I think we would be doing our viewers a disservice if we don't talk about the story that has been hitting headlines this week.
This one has been a long one, yeah.
The very last, and then we wrap up. Starlet Wahoo and the whole story behind it. Did you guys see the footage?
That is failure on journalism,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is an L for journalism. I think that's an L for journalism, and it's also an L for police. You do not, or who had family, she had people who knew her. Seeing her body mutilated that way, they did not deserve to see such pictures.
Yeah.
That from that angle, I would look at it from that particular angle, it was an L. But there is definitely different angles, and one of the most fascinating angles is that John is a very cool, collected guy who goes to church and knows how to sing and play the piano. So your least suspecting person, yeah, dive in.
Candy.
I was just looking at everything and I'm like, is what we watch on movies.
It was like watching a Netflix documentary from Kenya. It was.
You reminded me of those. I am a man with 100 children. I am very poor. Yeah, when you put it that.